Hey, David, it's Anthony from Arizona again. Maybe you can pick between one of these two questions. I'd like to hear your opinion. This one might be a little more interesting. I know that Major League Baseball will go to 32 teams when they get these situations figured out. But looking at the talent and the depth from all over the world, in your opinion as an expert, could we see expansion to, say, 36 with baseball being a worldwide sport? And could it be done? And is there enough money for it? Thank you so much.
Thank you for that. A couple things. You said your second question. Thank you for leaving multiple questions from which we can choose from, though I don't recall hearing the second question. Two, thank you for thinking I'm an expert, which self-proclaimed maybe. Three, we'll be the judge of what's more interesting. Four, 36 teams, 9 divisions of 4. Let's list 36 cities. Do we have it? Let's give a team to Portland. Let's give a team to San Antonio. Let's give a team to Nashville. That's 3. We're going to have to give a team to Montreal. That's 4. We're going to have to put a third team in New York for sure. That's 5. Get another team in the Mid-Atlantic. That's 6. We're probably going to have to figure out if Sacramento is worthy of a team without Severino. That's 7. And then we're going to have to think to ourselves, should Oakland be back in the game? All right, 8. We can come up with 8 cities pretty easily. And then if there's a relocation out of Sacramento or Tampa, then we're up from 30 to 30. Are you kidding me? I could sit and do this math all day. Expansion to 36 teams in Major League Baseball, NGTH, never going to happen. The reason why it's never going to happen is that the only possible way to get to 36, because there are not 36 major league cities in the United States, is to have a European division. So I love where your head's at. Could it be 36? Because why don't we just add the Londoners and the Parisian Frenchmen? God, wouldn't it be great if live I could come up with way better nicknames than that? Like the Paris Berets or the London Look Rights. Wouldn't it be amazing to have a team in Mexico City? We threaten that all the time. Why wouldn't we just bring the Korean Baseball League or the Nippon League and make it part of Big League Baseball? Those guys are damn good. Well, you understand that every other league out there is inferior to Major League Baseball. You do know that. There are exceptions where there are players who are good enough to be big leaguers. One of them's going into the Hall of Fame, first Japanese player ever in only 17 or 18 days. Ichiro will be in the Hall of Fame. But combining those leagues, there's an issue of talent. I don't know that there's talent for 32 teams full of 26 big leaguers right now at the level of talent we want. Stan Van Gundy told you there's no talent in the NBA for expansion. Until they come up with a Concorde that actually works and doesn't crash and changes the flying time to Europe, you can't have European divisions. Of course, if you changed the time zone and the travel time, then you could. And do you like the chances of Europe all of a sudden being in the Eastern time zone, forgetting anything to do with the sun or the moon or gravity? Do you like the chance of having an Elizabeth Montgomery moment where we can go full Bewitched, where we can twinkle our nose, close our eyes, and all of a sudden be in Wembley? I'm in. I don't think we're going to live to see it. I do not believe that anybody listening to this show, even the 14% of you under the age of 26, even you, I do not believe will live to see a day where there will be a European division of an American league. Now, NFL is trying to do NFL Europe. Major League Baseball wants more games in Asia, more games in Mexico, more games in Dominican, Venezuela, Europe, London. Count it. Who can get Paris? Everyone is fighting. It's like the Old West where there's a land rush. Hey, if we put our stake here, we own it, until big people with guns come around and all of a sudden it's called the Wild West. The reason why you're not going to see it is logistics and quality of talent. Now, I don't begrudge your question for actually being an interesting one, Because if these leagues could expand beyond 30, 32, 34, 36, would they? And the answer is if the price were right. If the expansion fees were such that it overcame the splitting of the TV revenue into more pieces than before expansion, if the math works, then expansion would continue to happen because owners, existing owners, they don't quite focus on the fact that the quality is going to decrease. What comes up when you're talking expansion, and all the leagues are going to be talking it now, what comes up is media money. What comes up is sponsorship money. What comes up is ticket money, food money, beverage, parking. What comes up is incremental increases to industry revenue. It never comes up. It's literally not a part of the conversation. Who's going to pitch the fifth inning for that team? Who's going to be the number 6 hole hitter for that team? How are they going to guard anybody? Who's going to catch a pass? I could go on. I think you know where I'm going. When owners are voting on expansion and discussing it, it actually never comes up. Stan Van Gundy, when he was with us this past week, he talked a lot about diluting the on-court product. He talked about that would be a reason not to have expansion. And I agree. It's just not the reason used by owners to either have or not have expansion. That's the big difference.